OMG, OMG, OMG. This is my Bonnet Talk for today. If it look like I've been crying or sound like I've been crying, it's because I have. I woke up this morning listening to the word, um, worshiping God, thanking God, praising God, and praying. And God began to move. Um, God just let me know. And it was very devastating to me that He cannot change what I am trying to control. For me, that was very profound because when we're praying to God to come into our life and do this and do that, a lot of times we don't realize that we're trying to control the very thing that we're asking God to change. And so this morning, God let me know that you like to be in control. And because you like to be in control, nothing is going to change. Um, immediately, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, it was like I was looking in a mirror at something I never saw before. And the Bible says you have to take up your cross daily. And so I had to take that cross up and lay it down. Um, I know it was for me, but I hope somebody can get something from it, because it's probably many, many people who are in the same situation where they're believing God and trusting God, but not realizing that you have not given God control. And God would never operate in areas where we don't give him control in. Like, we serve a God that is a very respectful and loving God. And if we don't invite him in, or we don't give him control, he's not going to come in. We have free will. And it's amazing because I got a text message from someone. And when I got the text message, I read it. But for some reason, I went back to it in my mind. And when I went back to it in my mind, I felt a way. Like, I felt a ways about the text message that I didn't feel when I initially read it. And this time, it was like God was revealing something to me. And when he revealed it to me, I was like, oh no, God. Like, God, not right now, God. Like, not right now, God. Like, I want to be on my time. Like, God. Yeah. Not right now, God. Yeah, it's some little things I want to do. Little places I want to go. You know, not right now, God. But God revealed to me that I needed to let go of my will and allow his will to be done. And until I give God control, nothing is going to change. And I was like crying, boohoo crying, because I don't know how to not be in control. Like, it's in me to be in control. You know, when you're a single parent, you're in control. When you've been on your own uh, since like late teen, 19, 20, you're just used to being in control and independent. And to now have to relinquish control and to now be dependent on God and to allow God full access. Oh my God. I'm like, God, really? Like, can you give me a little bit more time? Because it's like a little things I want to get out of my system, I want to do. But God is like, nah, I'm not on your time. See, you still want to be in control. You're praying for one thing, but you're doing another. So until you relinquish control, you're not going to see a change. I was devastated. I began to pray. And I don't know how this is going to play out. But God, Jesus, yeah, it looks like I ain't going to be able to do what I want to do. And it's kind of sad in a sense, you know, when you have your little plans and you know what you want to do and how you want to do it. And then you get told no, 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 and no. Like, God, can you give me, can I just, give me, just let me get through next summer. Like, God is saying no to everything. Like, no, you still want to be in control. Nothing is going to change because you want to be in control. You still want to do what you want to do. And I'm like, oh, God. So I'm like crying. I'm really mourning, right? Because when you have plans, there's a disappointment there. But I'm also mourning. Like, I'm mourning the loss of my will and processing the fact that my plans are now null and void. Like, and I'm mourning. I'm literally crying, mourning. Because for me, that's like a loss. Like, when you get into a relationship with God, there are things that come to an end. And so we don't just mourn the death of people. We mourn the death of, like, maybe dreams, the death of, the death of people, loved ones and family members, like friends. But we also mourn, like, relationships that we lose, or expectations that we may have had for someone, expectations we have for ourselves. Sometimes goals, that we have for ourselves that we figure out, okay, this is not God. This is not what God want me to do. And so we mourn those things. So I'm not grieving it. There's no grief, but there is mourning. And so, yeah, until you relinquish control, nothing is going to change. And okay, God, I got you. I heard you loud and clear. And I'm curious to see how this goes, because it all really started with a text message that I received. And like I said, when I read the text message initially, nothing happened. But when I read it again, something in my spirit was awakened. And so I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm just like mourning my little plans that I had. But God, we know that God has a plan always, and He laughs at our plans. And that is all. I hope this little bunny talk helps somebody, because I feel like it's really necessary for people to understand and to know that our obedience is pivotal when we're praying. So for some of the blessings that we're praying for, the changes that we're asking God for, they're going to come through obedience. They're going to come through dying to self. They're going to come through relinquishing control and allowing God to operate in a space that we have not given Him access to. So I pray this is helpful to someone, because I'm still about to get up here and just process this. And love and blessings. That is all.